FJJ de Koning BV. Frank de Koning runs a modern biodynamic greenhouse farm with 4 locations in Brielle and Tinte. In Frank's greenhouses, bell peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers and eggplants are grown in rotation. Frank grew up on a nursery. His father was already growing cucumbers. After studying at the Higher Horticultural School, Frank initially worked for 5 years as a cultivation advisor for artificial substrates. However, he began to feel the urge to become an independent entrepreneur. Initially, he started with conventional cucumbers and vine tomatoes on rockwool, but after a few years, he realized that all the effort he was putting in was not yielding the quality, taste, and price he desired. During that period, in the late 1990s, there was also significant government interest in organic cultivation. The decision to switch was quickly made by Frank, and the company has been fully organic since 2000. The company is now also Demeter certified, making him the owner of the largest biodynamic greenhouse horticulture company in the Netherlands.
Dus dan zie ik die gebouwen bewerkt in allemaal de schouder op de dicht te
tempo as we can get, but it will become mostly during the season that a little bit more than one vine per week. So every week it grows 3 leaves and then it makes a tomato, and then it grows 3 leaves and it makes a tomato. So every week it grows about this, like this much. Yeah. Yeah. We leave the one auxiliary. We leave. Yeah. So if we were to do this, you could have one of these at everyone, and these could have their own branches as well. So you get a bush. Yeah. So, but we keep two stems, and that's because you could have you could have only one, but then you need twice the amount of plants, and the plants also cost. So, but you could also be greedy and have another one. You have 3 stems, but then it only has 1 root, right? All the nutrients are taken up by the root, and it can only take up so much, right? So if you do that, the tomatoes become smaller because there is less nutrients for them. Yeah.
Is there like an optimal size of the tomatoes that you want for?
Well, in the supermarket, the supermarket wants to sell you 500 gram tomatoes, right? That's a normal amount. So what we aim is 5 tomatoes each 100 grams. Yeah. But they don't. It's not that this is a special variety that has 5 tomatoes. It has a lot, but we take out the
so
flowers.
You have always the 5.
So we always have 5 because you can also have 6, but then you have 20% more tomatoes on the plant. So every tomato becomes a little bit smaller. And the customer also wants at least 100 gram tomato. So otherwise they all become 80, 75. So
Okay. That's interesting.
While removing also you have some parameter to remove the flowers?
There's one person,
Yeah.
it's typically a she because they more fine motor skills, and they go around every week, and this one was the last week, so this week this one is they'll spot it, they take it out, and they'll work their way around, and every week we make one new tomato, so every week we need to go around to prune them. Yeah.
So busy.
Yeah. And every week the tomato grows, so every week it needs to be wound around the row. And the moment that they reach the top, we need to lower it. So
Lower them really one by one, all these plants?
yes,
Seriously?
Yeah.
And it cannot be automated, or it seems
there
like
is-
a lot of work.
yes. There's one person does the entire greenhouse per week.
Seriously.
Yeah. But there is now new innovations that, especially because it's quite with image recognition, the spool is easily detected. So now there is a robot that I think there are some companies, there's some
just a
greenhouses where they have this robot now, but it's not widely adopted yet.
Yeah, and it's also probably it's pretty expensive, probably. So.
Yes, but I mean a year's salary of an employee is also quite expensive. But you can see if you look down the path halfway on the right, you can see that the tomatoes are there at the top almost, right? They're much taller there. So here, the person that was lowering the tomatoes has already passed by this week. So now we have a little bit of space for them to grow again. Yeah.
And what do you do like with because at some point the stem will be on the floor, right?
Yeah. So we have these hooks. So
Yeah.
we lower them, and then at some point the stems will be on these racks. So they don't. Otherwise, when they're on the ground, they rot easily. They get eaten by isopods, piscibedden, centipedes, and everything. So they will be.
You can move the whole thing, basically, like the whole thing a little bit like
Yeah.
this.
So when the person comes by, they unwind it and they hang it a little bit further. All the stems will move, and here you cannot go over the path, so they will go around and they all will turn into the next path. Yes.
Once you plant a tomato, how long it will take to give the tomato fruit?
This tomato we planted second week of January,
Second week of January.
and the plant comes this big.
Okay.
So we don't grow them from the seed. The plant grower grows them from the seed. They also graft, enter the tomato because the root is from a different type of plant than the tomato, because that root is very strong. It's resistant against a lot of diseases in the soil. But this tomato it doesn't taste very good if it's even a tomato. Sometimes it's a different type of plant. But this tomato it doesn't have that strong roots, so that's why we graft them, the planten. And so when it's this big, when it comes, then the first tomatoes we actually harvest this week. So yesterday
from
was
January to
yeah. And then typically there is approximately 8 weeks between that you see the first flowers up until that we can harvest them. Yeah. So it's now it's approximately 10, but when there's more light, it will get to around 8-9 weeks.
Once you plant the tomato, how long it will stay? Like how much time you can get the yield?
End of October, early November.
Okay, up to that. Then you have to remove it off.
Yeah, we take it out because if it grows 40-50 centimeters each week, it's almost 20 meters by that point.
Okay.
So then the leaves they make the sugars, the roots they take up the nutrients, and they need to transport it 20 meters,
20 meters
each direction. So you see, once the plant is that long, that the amount of production that the plant has goes down. The amount of light that we have end of October is also very little. So by that time the plant becomes very susceptible to diseases, and it's just not a lot of production anymore. So early September we take out the head, and then it's 8 more weeks until the last tomato is ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the rubber things. Is it done by hand?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But all the tomatoes are also harvested by hand.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot of. That's why they're not very cheap in the supermarket, because it's a lot of work. Yeah. So every week, every plant is lowered. It's twisted, because the plant grew 3 leaves. Every week we need to take off 3 leaves, because otherwise it's too much. And every week we harvest the tomatoes. So, yeah.
How many plants do you have here?
What's that?
How many plants do you have here? About.
It's.
Cannot count.
I think that we have around. I think 60,000. Yeah. But there's.
Very good.
Looks
Yeah. It's hier nog stengels Demeter, keer 30 is 90, maar 45. 45,000 plants. Yeah. And they're double. So yeah.
So each year you'll remove the land and put new land, put new sand, or only you add nutritions?
Every year at the end of the season we take out all the plants.
Okay. What about the?
And then we put new compost.
That's okay.
Yeah.
New compost you put.
Yeah. And then we need to rotate. So this year there is tomato.
Okay.
Last year there was paprika, pepper, sweet pepper. Next year there will be cucumber.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Are you from Canada?
No, I'm from India.
Yeah, you got Canadian Sports Center on the back. Maybe you're a fellow countryman.
No, you're from Canada?
Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah, cheers.
Okay.
Likewise.
I'll be preparing some YouTube channels and everything to know about the Netherlands, green. What's your good name?
Sorry?
Your good name?
My name is Edward.
Edward. You're from Netherlands, only?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. How you are you are the owner of this one, or you are maintaining?
I'm the son of the owner.
Oh, son of the same as owner only.
Not yet. So, yeah. But,
so you are interested in the same field?
Yeah, I'm now learning to become a grower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So because the plant is a constant balance. We need to have enough growth for good tomatoes, but we're not here in the plant growing business. We're in the tomato growing business. So we need to balance how much. We need to balance how much power does the plant have to make tomatoes, but also not overburden the plant. But at the same time, we also don't want just leaves. We also want tomatoes. Yeah.
This you are exporting to different countries, or you are using in Netherlands only?
Mainly Netherlands, also some to to Germany,
No, Germany.
Scandinavia, UK.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's main. Yeah.
Very good. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice
Thank
to meet you. Thanks for all the questions.
Thank you.
We are constantly bullying the tomato.
Uh-huh.
Because if you make it very good for the tomato, the only thing it will do is grow. Grow. You have a big bush. And then at some point it's done growing. It will start to make a lot of flowers. All the flowers will all ripen at the same time, and you can harvest once and then it's done.
The seeds you are taking from the same tomato or different?
No. The seeds are from a seed company.
Seeds company. Okay.
Yeah. If you take the seeds out of these tomatoes, you do not get these tomatoes.
Ah, that's good. I was thinking to buy some tomato and then plant it there.
No, so the seed growers are very smart in that. So they have two lines, and this is the F1 cross of those lines.
Okay.
And those are typically very special lines, and then they make it so that the cross is always the same. But if this is typically self-fertilized, you will get 50% this, 25% mother, 25% father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's that's to prevent, because otherwise everyone would just take their own seeds. Right?
Here I think two variety, no? One variety is one and the other small one.
Yeah, we have most of this is the middle vine tomato, but
The last one.
in the back we have the last 15 rows is mini Sommerzano, and then we have 16 rows, 2 of each, so 8 different varieties.
Okay.
We have, like small yellow ones, small brown ones,
brown
small,
and red one.
green ones, almost white, almost pink.
Okay.
So yeah.
Anyway, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Allemaal informatie pakken van Nederland. Als je wil, je kan zo heen, je kan ook zulke. Ja, dat mag. Alleen wat proberen.
Maakt ik niet heel veel uit.